Hi there. So I think this is day 12 or 13 of my um, Sananga plant medicine journey, where I've been taking the eye drops daily. Um, and I'm so happy with this journey, and I feel like I've got something that I've discovered that I want to share. And had I known this earlier, then I would have most certainly gone for this and tried this much earlier in life. Um, I've done a little bit of research about the plant also. So its Latin name is something along the lines of Tabernae montan undulate or undulata. Um, the medicine Sananga is made from the bark of this shrub, that's shaved and then dried and then ground into a fine powder, which makes sense because these are the same the people that make the Sananga medicine are the same people that make the rapé medicine, and all the constituents of the rapé shamanic snuff is really super fine powder that is then blown up the nose. So the Sananga is really fine powder made from this shrub bark, but then it's rinsed. Some chemical constituents are rinsed out, and then the final Sananga medicine is made. I have also found out that it is antimicrobial, and that it can kill off staphylococcus bacteria, and there's also like a really stubborn, hard to overcome bacteria that is common with people that wear contact lenses. It's anti-inflammatory, and did I say anti-cancer? And it's also got this amazing ability to heal the eyes from things like cataracts and glaucoma. I actually feel like it's making the shade of my irises lighter at the moment. It's got lots of antioxidants, so that I think that's the detox property. But the really interesting thing that I've found out is that the bark of the Sananga plant, Tabernae montan undulata, one of the chemical constituents is Ibogaine. I don't know if any of you have heard of Ibogaine. Some of you might have. But this is a chemical that's being used and studied in clinics, taken from the powerful healing effects of the plant that this extract Ibogaine comes from, which is the Iboga plant, which is used ceremonially as a deep healer of the soul. And people that undergo the Iboga ceremony, which again is a shrub bark that is shaved, and that is just ingested in quite large quantities. And in the Western world, people have a combination of, in clinics, the iboga root, but also the extract ibogaine as well, because some people find it hard to stomach taking such a large quantity of the iboga root. So iboga is a really powerful plant medicine teacher, the spirit of Iboga, will take you into the self or in internal journeys where you can meet your ancestors and speak with your ancestors and gain perspectives about your life choices or aspects of your personality or the way that you think about things that are unhealthy and doing you harm. And this is where the healing comes from. And it's become known in the West as a way of overcoming addiction from drugs that are really hard to kick, and it has a high success rate. And Iboga is sort of like the flip side to ayahuasca. It's on that kind of visionary level, and where ayahuasca is visionary and galactic and cosmic and infinite, and you can connect off planet with the cosmos. Iboga is very grounded and earthy and takes you on the journeys of the internal cosmos, where you have messages from ancestors, and it's a very potent psychoactive journey. So on what the Ibogaine is the extract that's taken from the Iboga root, but it's also been found that the Ibogaine is extracted from the Iboga bark, and they've also found that Ibogaine is present in the bark of the Sananga bush plant. So whilst I've been doing this daily Sananga plant medicine journey, one of the constituents of the Sananga plant is I'm daily giving myself a microdose of Ibogaine. So I've come to prefer taking the Sananga at bedtime on this daily journey, just before I go to sleep. When I did this last night, after I'd taken the Sananga, just as I was falling off to sleep, I started to see energies as if I was having a Reiki session. If you've never taken Sananga before, I just want to say there's nothing that is obviously powerfully psychoactive. It's not a psychedelic experience at all. It's very normal, really. But this medicine is reaching into every aspect of vision. It wants you to see. It wants you to see well physically with your eyes. It wants you to love the act of seeing and looking. And I can't wait to take... It's winter here at the moment in the UK, and it's cold and blowy and there's hurricanes. So I've been doing this journey indoors, and I have previously not had a daily Sananga practice, but occasionally taken Sananga outdoors, out in the forest, and it's just such a beautiful experience. And it really is about the joy of, you feel the love of looking at your surroundings in nature. Is just fabulous. The Sananga has boosted my creativity and my feeling of wanting to be an artist and draw and work on my drawings. And the Sananga is working on my inner vision. It's completely woken up my inner vision and my ability to dream vividly, and vividly, and I'm present vividly within those dreams for a much longer amount of time now. So there is like a narrative that's occurring, that I'm following, that I'm observing, that I'm trying to work out. There's been a multitude of activities that I've been involved in. Not last night's dream, the dream time, the night before. There's so much going off. I'd recorded a song that sounded kind of a bit Missy Elliott, and a version of a song that I've already written, and I heard all of it. There was this kind of repeating theme of this going up to this road bridge and seeing this cute little baby turtle, just completely out of place, at the side of a road bridge. So I'd be picking these little turtles up and trying to help them. But the last time I saw one in the dream, it was just like this little tough baby turtle, and it just wanted to just go its own way and do its own thing, and I let it just kind of tank its way down the hill and do its own thing. There was a whole section of the dream where I was amidst an uprising of slaves, and it was like soul slaves, industrial slaves, and everybody was on a march everywhere, and it was in this town, and it was really strange because the next day I went to a really lovely little town, and there was churches everywhere, and the whole atmosphere and the feeling of the place was just like my dream. So I had to go in the churches and kind of pick up that feeling. So I don't know if there's a bit of a reverberation happening in the dream there, a bit of precog. Last night I dreamt that I had these strange I felt like my body was purged of these like funny worms, and I could see something running and like pushing and protruding up, running along the tip of my finger, until it burst out of my finger, and there was a white one and there was a red one, and they burst out of their own accord and wanted to be out of my body, and then I pulled them out, and they're kind of like bean sprouty, pale jelly, these funny worms that I couldn't stand, and they were kind of making me shudder, but they'd left my body, and I woke up after that bit of dream and just felt like I really cleared something there. With like some kind of energetic parasite, and I feel like these aren't just your usual dreams. I think these are healing visionary dreams. And then the last dream that I had, I saw a friend who's fishing with his son. I had a fishing rod, and I went off on my own journey and joined with these people that had were on the other side of some kind of an uprising, and everything was very basic. But what I couldn't understand is that the fields had crops in that looked like they'd been laid by tractors. It's just and there's kind of like some kind of empathic understanding that's happening in the dreams. I just think this is fantastic. I feel like the Sananga is truly a visionary healing dream, but it works on a really subtle but fundamental, foundational level. And yeah, I'm excited. It contains Ibogaine, which is very strongly present in a super strong, potent plant medicine teacher, Iboga. So I'm just so excited and so in love with this Sananga journey. Woo!